Well, hello there everybody and welcome to today's video. In this one I'm going to be showcasing all of the great maps in the Expanded Parks / Expanded Maps mod download that I have created myself, and I'll also include a little cheeky install guide at the end for anybody who's having trouble with that. With that being said, please like and subscribe, it really helps the channel, and please let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And with that stuff out of the way, let's get into it. So once you've got these save files installed, if you're having trouble with that, go to the installation chapter towards the end of the video. It'll all be marked up nicely for you. You just go to your load game tab like so and scroll over to sandbox, and you will have all of these expanded flat maps in there. Okay, so I'm going to go through every single one and just explain what each one does and all the interesting stuff I've done with that. So I'm going to load expanded flat Canada. I'll see you in a second. So we have loaded in then to expanded Canada, and as you can see, this one has a huge build area. Most of them do in this pack, but yeah, you now have all of that area to build in. Just bear in mind with expanded Canada, the fenced off area here, these rocks are not deletable and they can't be moved either. So feel free to delete the fence, that's just there as a guideline to show you where it's advised not to build. Also, something interesting about this map is it has dynamic water. So you can actually carve a path with a river wherever you like, and all you do is save and load and it will create a river system across this map of dynamic water. Awesome stuff. So let's get on to the next one. Okay, so here we have expanded Germany, and as you can see I've done this one in two tiers because the map itself is kind of quite differing in elevation, and it already has a coastline, cliff-like coastline anyway. And just to make this one stand out a little bit, I've done it in them two tiers. So you have your beach area and your kind of temperate area over there. You can obviously alter all of this yourself, but it creates a lovely base to start building a map. Yeah, so that's expanded Germany, and yeah, I think that looks incredible. Just bear in mind that those kind of marks on the floor, that is baked into the terrain. It can't be removed, so either ignore it or embrace it or do your best to hide it with other stuff. Completely up to you. Why the game doesn't have this watery texture as an option, I don't know, but yeah, that can't be removed. But anyway, on to the next map then, and that one is Expanded Flat, Southwest USA. And with this one, it's not the largest build area, not by any stretch, but I've seen a lot of people upload flattened, expanded maps and they butcher them by having sharp edges around the corners. For anybody who knows what I'm talking about, hopefully you'll appreciate the way I've done these maps. Okay, it's took a long time, but that's your build area. Southwest USA removed all the rocks from the middle, smoothed out that area just to give a little bit of extra build space, and that is Southwest USA. Yep, a great map, desert map of course. I just thought I'd mention that this pack actually has 14 different maps. Each map sometimes has variants, but there's at least 2 of every biome in this pack. So you've got 2 of each biome. There's 3 taiga, 2 temperate, 2 desert, 2 tropical, 3 alpine and 2 Mediterranean. Okay, and there is map variants as well, which we'll get into as we go along. So we have expanded flat Nublar 93, so let's get that one loaded up. And we have loaded in. As you can see, this one also has a massive build area. That there can't be removed, unfortunately. It is what it is, but I think I've done a good job on this one, kind of smoothing out, just to make it look like these mountains don't just cut off. I've rounded everything off so it looks reasonable. I think that's fair enough. The waterfall still is in place, of course, like so. And I do feel like as I went on with these, I didn't do them all in order, but I did get more and more creative as time went on. So the more creative maps are towards the end of this showcase. But yep, that is expanded Nublar 93. So you can live out all your Jurassic Park dreams and fantasies on this park without any sharp edges and the maximum amount of build space. And real quick as well, you can see the way these saves are set up. They are set up in the same order as the list on the sandbox menu, so hopefully that makes them a little bit easier to find. And we are now loading Nublar 2015 Okay, this one also has quite a large build area to it. So here it is loaded in, and as you can see, no sharp edges. Yep, those horrible edges that some people seem to upload on their parks. Everything is smoothed off, and I've just put a fence, an easily deletable fence in place just to show where the recommended build area is on this, even though it kind of speaks for itself. But there we go. Scarring on the terrain as well can't be removed, but it doesn't look too bad on this map. So yeah, I hope you enjoy that one. Let's have a look at the next one, and that one is Sierra Nevada. So let's load that one up. Bearing in mind for Sierra Nevada, you will need the Biosyn DLC. Any of these maps which are from DLC packs, namely Biosyn DLC and the Malta DLC, you will need those DLCs to load these parks. If you try and load without, it'll tell you that you're missing the DLC. Simple as that, okay? So this one here, Sierra Nevada, flattened and smoothed to perfection, okay? And I've even fenced off Owen's Shack in the distance just to show where it's best not to edit the terrain because that doesn't move with the terrain. But, you know, there it is. You've got the maximum build area on this map. Okay, lovely stuff. And the next one then is Expanded Flat Arizona. So let's load that one up. And this one here is about as basic as it gets. Not basic to set up because you need to smooth all the edges off. But I didn't include a fence for this one because it's pretty clear where the build edge is. So there it is. Let's just have a quick overview of Arizona. Okay, in Sandbox this is one of the biggest maps anyway, but while it's flattened, because there's no harsh edges to it, you get a huge, absolutely huge build area with this one, and it doubles up well as like Egypt or the Outback as well, so you can pretend this is something else like I did for my Egyptian pyramids build. Okay, so on to the next one. We have got Flattened Washington, so let's check that out. Okay, so we've just loaded into Washington. We'll have a quick overview of this one, and yeah, there it is. That's your suggested build area right there. And I've even included a little novelty island on this one. I had a bit of spare space, so I made an extra little island. You could potentially put viewing platforms there which would reach, just to show that in action. Oh yeah, they'd reach from there, look, so that looks pretty good. Just stick 2 of them down. But yeah, nice large build area as well. There we go. Obviously all the floor can be painted. Yeah, just be sure of that. You know, just to reinforce that. Some people might not know. Depends on how new you are to the game. So yeah, let's load up Expanded Flat Pennsylvania. Now, I actually made this one a long time ago, around the time when Expanded Parks first came out, nearly a year ago. But yeah, it fits in well with this map pack. I didn't need to do anything with this. So with this you also get a huge build area. You get part of the airport sticking into the map as well, which I don't mind. I think it looks pretty good. You'd build around it. And during the live stream series, I actually built a series of enclosures and fences and extension to the runway and everything on that. So yeah, another large map, huge build area, and obviously you get these lovely Pennsylvania trees, which you don't get on any other maps. So yeah, this one's quite unique and quite nice. So on to the next map. I'm trying to speed through these a bit because there is quite a lot to get through, you see. I don't want the video to be too long. I want this to be a nice swift showcase. So on to Expanded Flat Oregon then. And Oregon has just loaded in, and I think the best way to see this one is from the air. So let's have a look. And yeah, wow, huge build area. We have the natural river formation with an extra bit to build on the other side, and of course the fence in place just to show the suggested build area. Okay, you can alter this river a little bit yourself if you wanted to as well. It's not dynamic water, it is just a water texture, but you can alter that as you see fit, add extra little bits in, but only to about halfway. The water texture under the map kind of cuts off about here, so you can adjust this river however you like. I gave it a little tweak, but it is roughly the same way it appears on the vanilla map, so just kept it the same, just tweaked it a little bit. Okay, next map then is Expanded California. There we go. So let's get that loaded in and I can show you this one. Okay, and I think just the best way to show this is just to zoom out And yeah, I wanted to give this one a little bit of a different spin, so I covered it in the kind of rough grassy snow, yeah, just to give it its own little flavour, because we've got other kind of temperate / alpine maps, so I just wanted to give this one a bit of a snowy feel. I know Sierra Nevada's snowy, but not a lot of the other maps are snowy, so I thought I'd give it that spin. You can paint over that yourself, just wanted to give it a bit of a different look, and you have a large build area there as well. And you can do what you like with that. This map usually has big things in the centre, big rocks sticking up in the centre, which reduces the build area significantly, and this flattened version of it hopes to remedy that. Okay, so next up then we have an interesting set, and I'm going to show this in the load list. I've set these up so they all make sense. We have Flat Biosyn River, and Flat Biosyn Submerged. So the way I've done the maps is name of map in the list, and then the alternates are listed underneath it. Okay, so we'll load the expanded Flat Biosyn map and have a look. Bearing in mind, on the Nexus Mods page, which is linked in the description, images of all these maps are in there, so at a quick glance you can just see what map you'd potentially want to use for your build. Okay, this one is as straightforward as it gets. It is literally Biosyn Sanctuary, but completely flat. Yeah, no river. Yeah, Biosyn facility still in place, but you get a huge build area with this. Look, it's just vast. Yeah, and the sanctuary is there. Okay, and just a little heads up as well, I've left this little bit here because this is the beginning of the dynamic water. So from there you can actually carve your own rivers, lakes, everything from that across the entire map if you choose. Yeah, that is dynamic water. Just once you've edited the terrain to lower than the water, just save and load, and you'll have your own river system, whatever, in there. And yeah, that is showcased real well in the next two parks. The first one is just an alteration to the expanded Flat Biosyn, and this is the expanded Flat Biosyn River. Okay, so to flatten this, I actually removed the original river, and I did my own original river, but in the location of the original river, if that makes any sense. But it looked a bit too shallow for my liking, so I redid this, yep, in my own style, so you have your own river. And as you can see, that was all done from editing where the dynamic water comes in. Okay, and that river feeds all the way into the Biosyn building right there. So we'll just zoom out and have a quick look at that, and that's how it looks. Okay, so you have the river system in there, and that segues nicely into the next map, which is expanded Flat Biosyn Submerged. Okay, so this is where the entire map is underwater. Now bear with me, it's not so underwater that you put buildings down you can't see them. It's submerged to a point where it's just shallow enough that, you know, you can have dinosaurs in there. It looks really cool. You can see that water is extremely shallow, but if I zoom out on this map, like so, yeah, the entire map is submerged, but not so much that it looks rough around the edges. Nice and smooth. And I think what I'll do is I'll quickly just put down an entrance point and a hatchery, and I'll get back to you in a moment when I've hatched some dinosaurs in this, so I can showcase how high the water is. Okay, so we now have some dinosaurs coming out of the hatchery, and as you can see, what I was saying before, basically dinosaurs can walk in this. Okay, raptors running away from the Spino. I mean, look how good that looks with some foliage, some trees, or some other scenery items. That's going to look incredible. Okay, and obviously you can pop your own islands up. And for anybody wondering, yeah, you can do this on most maps with dynamic water, but just put water underneath the map. You can barely see it, but dinosaurs will drink from that. Okay, so that's the way you do it. Nicely done. So hopefully you enjoy that map. Next up will be, I'm just checking my notes here. I'll check the load list, it's fine. Is the expanded Flat Malta Peninsula. Bearing in mind you'll need the Malta DLC for this, the Malta expansion pack. And this is just a plain flattened San Albertus Peninsula. Okay, so once that loads in a moment, there we go. It is simply just a giant square, yeah, of land, still connected to the mainland, of course. And just going to zoom out on that. There we go. That's it. flattened San Albertus Peninsula. So you've got the perfect base there of a Mediterranean map. Obviously, smooth off the corners. You can do river systems in this as well. It's dynamic water. Okay, so you'll see this in the next map, which is one of my creative alternate maps, which you're about to see next, which is the San Albertus Peninsula. Where did it go? There it is. Expanded flat Malta Peninsula alternate 1. Okay, and this is my own take on that map. This was all created from that square map you just saw. It was created from that. Okay, and I call this one the Parchipelago. Yes. So yeah, as you can see, you can be quite creative with these flattened maps. Okay. Yep. All of that was done from the previous map. Yep. Nicely done. Nice flat areas, rocky areas, and you've got the lovely Malta buildings in the background. So yeah, feel free to do your own parks on that. Yeah, hit me in the comments, yeah, as well, if you've built anything on these maps. There is a couple more to get through, the best ones in my opinion, or at least the best one at the very end, of course. Always save the best till last. So expanded flat Santa Maria Bay. So we'll load that one up now and have a look. Okie dokie, so Santa Maria Bay has just loaded. This is the plain version of this, just flattened as much as possible. And to keep this looking a little bit different to the other flattened maps, I did decide to keep these plateaus as well. I've created a little ramp there to that one, and the original plateau still stands as well. And you've got all of the expanded space around the edge, some extra beaches. The natural lagoon remains untouched. Okay, you got the extra stuff there, and that plateau as well, which you can build on. Okay, and yeah, let's just have a quick look from above. Yep, San Maria Bay, with probably 3 times, 4 times the original build area. Okay, even that bit's expanded significantly. Usually you've just got that little horseshoe shape and this up here, but with this you've got all this extra space. Yeah, you can really stretch out now on this map, and still have stuff going with the natural lagoon. And just an alternate variant of that, 2 alternate variants, but alternate variant 1 is where I've cut that off from the mainland and just refined it a little bit. Alternate 2 builds upon that, and it is the best map in my opinion. There's a unique concept that I've not seen done before on that map, so please stick around for that one. Okay, so we're just loading in. This is an altered version of the map we just saw. Okay, I nearly hit load. It's the capture mode that I want. This is an alternate version of the map we just saw, where I've actually cut it off. The entire thing is now its own island. Okay, so yeah, as you can see, there it is. It's still got the original ramps and plateaus. That one's had to be reduced in size a little bit. The entire map has had to reduce in size a little bit for this, but that is alternate 1 of San Maria Bay. Okay, just gives it a completely different feeling, just being separated from the mainland, as you can see. Okay, and the final one, my personal favourite, and the one I've spent the most time on, and I thought you might really like this. Okay, it's the only one with buildings put in place that I've put in place. Okay, but you'll see why in a moment, because it makes a lot of sense. Okay, hopefully you're really going to love this map. This is one of the best maps I think I've done in this pack, definitely, but probably one of the best maps I've ever done. So yeah, as you can see, this is an alternate version of alternate 1. Yeah, San Maria Bay alt 2. This is called in the save pack. Okay, and we have these islands here all around, and they are covered, perfectly covered, by the coastal viewing platforms all around the edges. Okay, so not only can you build up here, but it's already pre-configured. If I go to the viewing overview, you can see they are covered by viewing platforms like so, up there, and also on this plateau in place, zip lines can be used for transport, remember, for travel. So on the management views, yeah, you can just build an enclosure around this as well, around that plateau there. But other than that, I've added in a few other bits, refined the beaches, and yeah, hopefully you get a lot of enjoyment out of this map. I'm definitely going to be doing a build on this map, whether a pre-recorded video or a live stream series. So let me know which one you'd prefer down there. It's probably going to be a live stream series. I think I'd prefer that myself. But yeah, other than that, that is all the maps in this pack showcased. So hopefully you get some good usage out of these. Going to save a lot of time if you just want simple flattened biomes. You've also got options, like I say, for the alternates, including this one, my very favourite, alternate 2 of Flattened San Marie Bay. So like I say, I hope you love these, and I hope they'll save you a bit of time potentially in future as well. And with that being said, I will just include a real quick install guide section for you coming up now. Okay, so please remember that you do need the ACSE for this, and obviously you need the Expanded Parks mod. I'm not going to show how to install them, but linked in the description, right near the top, I'll make sure this is linked, will be my guide on how to install the ACSE and Expanded Parks. There's no point in me doing a guide for that because it takes a minute or two, and it's easier to do that guide, or any of my other mainline guides have chapters for ACSE and Expanded Parks. So use the video linked in the description for that. Okay, it'll only take about 3 minutes to install them. The main part of that time will be the download time of Expanded Parks. So right now you can see this will be linked in the description along with the ACSE and Expanded Parks. I think for anybody checking this video out, they're likely to have them anyway. But this is the mod page. It's currently not published because I want to get the video done to link it on the mod page before I upload the mod. So it will not say this right here in orange. And all you need to do is, from this link in the description, go to the Files tab and choose this, Flattened and Improved Expanded Parks Pack. 10 megabyte, which is really not a lot. So that should do literally within seconds, okay, 10 seconds or so. So I'll see you in a moment when that is done. Okay, and that has just come in, so you just literally click on that. Depending on what browser you're in, it might look different. I've set these up as zips. Windows can open zips by default as well, so your window might not look like this if you don't have WinRAR. That is fine. And the next objective is to find your save location. Bearing in mind this will work on the Steam version of the game, the Epic Games version of the game, but not the Xbox Game Pass or GeForce Now versions of the game. Okay, so go to this PC, like so, and you go to local disk C, users, your username. It won't be Wonders, it'll be whatever username you're logged in as. Okay, save games, Frontier Developments, Jurassic World Evolution 2, the long number, saves, and this folder here is where you want to drop them. I will include that entire file path in the description as well to make that a little bit easier. And obviously you can install these one at a time. If there's just one that you want, just choose one, but I would recommend just getting them all. Okay, you can, like I say, you can drag them out one by one, or you can have them all. Okay, if you want them all the ones showcased in this video, drag them all across and it will look something like that. Please be reassured, this won't erase any of your player progress. It won't erase any of your own sandbox parks or anything like that. It's just when you load the game, you'll get these in your load list under the sandbox tab. And depending on how long it is until you install these, bearing in mind you might be watching this video a year or two from now, who knows, you will have to scroll down to the date in the load list. Okay, so these are 16th of December 2022. If you want them to appear a bit higher in your load list, just load them and resave them, and they'll appear at the top of your load list in Jurassic World Evolution 2. But other than that, I want to say thank you for watching the video. It's a little bit longer than I intended it to be, but hopefully I've given you a good showcase of these parks, and they have taken a lot of time to make as well. So please, as always, like and subscribe. Really helps a lot. I'm covering Jurassic World Evolution 2 a whole lot lately, a lot of showcases, install guides, everything like that, and all kinds of other stuff, little projects I do, live streams. So yeah, if you're new to the channel, please hit subscribe, and that'll make me very happy. Please let me know in the comments if you've subscribed as well, and hit the like button and let me know your thoughts and opinions on these maps. You know, I love responding to comments. And yeah, other than that, hope you all have a great day, and I'll catch you all again very soon. Bye bye.